Hey everybody, I wanted to do a brief video on texture as we're listening to music of the Middle Ages and of the Renaissance. So one of the biggest difference between early medieval music, early music of the Middle Ages, and the music we listen to today is that music of the Middle Ages has no accompaniment at all. Meaning that you have a singer, just like you have in music today, but there's nothing backing up that singer. There's no instruments, no chords, no other singers, no harmony. And this is called monophony, one voice. Um, Brief point of clarification is that for monophonic textures, if you have a single person singing or a single person playing a one-line instrument, that is monophony, one sound. If you have a bunch of people singing exactly the same thing, that's still monophony. So the example I often use is ideally when you're in a public place and people sing happy birthday, they're all singing the same notes, the same rhythms, they're singing the same thing. So if you have a group of people or instruments playing exactly the same thing or singing exactly the same thing, that's still a monophonic texture. A lot of the early music of the Middle Ages that we're going to listen to, plain chant, are monophony. And the big development near the end of the Middle Ages is the development of polyphony, many sounds or many voices. So polyphonic texture, we don't really have too much in music today. It's where you have multiple people playing or singing melodies that are competing for your attention. So the difference between that and what we have in most music now is most music now you have a single melody, either played by an instrument or more often in contemporary music, sung by a singer. And then you have other stuff supporting that singer, either other singers or other instruments playing chords, harmonies, a beat, or something behind them. The difference between that and what you have in late medieval and Renaissance music is you have polyphony. You have multiple melodies that are all competing for your attention, and of relatively equal importance, rather than having one all-important melody supported by other stuff. So what I want you to pay attention to as you're listening to medieval and Renaissance music is this change that you have from single line monophonic music to polyphonic music. It's the big development from the beginning of the Middle Ages to the end of the Middle Ages. And then in the Renaissance, you're going to have composers figure out better how to use polyphony in music.